Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. If you're new here, my name is Brian Craig. And if you haven't noticed, I'm MAGA, all right? And if you're not MAGA, if you subscribe to this channel and you watch, you will become as much of a lover as Donald Trump as I am, and many people in this group are. So welcome, and I hope everyone's having a great Easter weekend. And we've got a lot to talk about this stream. Oh, man. We may take some calls. I'll give out the number in a little bit. We shall see. But, yeah, very exciting, very exciting. And, oh, man, I tell you, this is an exciting time, for us. And when Elon Musk had his coming down the escalator moment and started talking about buying Twitter, I feel like this is like a new emancipation, right? I mean, how many of you, be honest with yourself now, how many of you have felt that you were in some type of slavery, some type of bondage because social media, in particular Twitter, is controlled by extremely radical leftists who just stamp out conservative viewpoints, President Trump's viewpoints? I think a lot of people do. And, I'll tell you, this coming down the escalator moment with Elon Musk, which is how I feel. I really felt like this all week. And he is going to end up with Twitter under his control one way, shape, form, or another. I felt like I did when Trump came down that escalator. And, a lot of people, they don't understand Trump. Why do people love Trump so much? Well, you're seeing it now with Elon Musk, and I think a lot of people who think they don't like Trump because the mainstream media and all these people have told them to do that, there's so much of the reasoning behind the love and support of President Trump that you're seeing now with Elon Musk. President Trump is the very first politician, I know he doesn't like to be called a politician, and he's not, but technically he is, I guess. He is the very first politician that people, that like me, many of you out there, the people that you see at the Trump rallies, I've been to many Trump rallies myself, he's the first politician that is really out there for us, right? Not a special interest group, not a donor, not some activist organization that has been funding them and supporting them for years and years. He's out there for us. And it's amazing how much people relate. Liberals don't get this about Donald Trump. How many people relate to Donald Trump even though he's a billionaire? And now you have Elon Musk with his coming down the escalator moment this week with buying Twitter, and he's the richest man on the planet. He's also the richest African American, but he, being from South Africa, now U.S. citizen, but he's the richest man on Earth, and for that matter, the Milky Way galaxy and the universe, right? As so far as we know. And he's got more money than you can't even fathom the amount of money he has. And look what happens. Elon Musk, everyone loves him, except the establishment, right? The elite media, the power brokers of our planet, they don't like him. But even though we're not millionaires, some of us may not even be thousandaires. I would consider myself a thousandaire, barely. I do own my house with my wife. I guess I'm a thousandaire. Any thousandaires out there? Thousandaires, But even though we're all, I'm a working guy. I know you guys, working men and women. We relate to Elon Musk, and he relates to us because, like Donald Trump, Elon Musk is out there looking out for us. And it's not an accident that an immigrant to the United States, Elon Musk, truly recognizes freedom of speech, and what America's all about. So, I mean, I'm just excited about this. I think it's amazing, and I'm just a huge supporter of Elon Musk. And, of course, President Trump. That's right. And I'm very, very excited. So this is really a good time for all of us. If you're just joining, welcome, everyone. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to get into the stories that I'm going to talk about here today. This one here, this guy, Jim Cramer, I'm going to play this exchange with Cramer. You know, Jim Cramer, he's a weirdo. I mean, you know, I haven't seen his show in many years, but he's there with all the buttons, and he's got all this stuff. It looks kind of like, just like that machine in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And when Jim Cramer is on television doing his show, when I've seen it in the past, he looks like some guy on Wall Street that's like just strung out on coke and is doing, I don't mean Coca-Cola, out there just going nuts on a cocaine binge. He's just very weird and high energy. But before I play this clip, because Jim Cramer, he's talking about Twitter, this guy, never trust Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer was compromised in the early days of the Obama administration. And when Obama was first president, Cramer had his CNBC show, and it was a bigger deal then than it is now. I mean, I don't know. Do any of you guys pay attention to it? But he went on television. He did it. I think it was the Today Show, or did he do it on his own show and then went on the Today Show? Well, regardless of this, he went on national television and talked about how Obama's stimulus plan was going to wreck the American economy. And he went on this very extensive explanation about it, and everyone was like, wow, you know. And then the next day, maybe 2 days, Jim Cramer went on the Today Show and did one of those hostage videos where he retracted everything he said about the Obama stimulus. Do any of you remember this? And he's been compromised, so I don't trust much of what Cramer has to say, but he does have this spin on what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter that shows you that a dozen years later, whatever they used to compromise him then, he's still compromised and cannot be trusted. Jim Cramer says Twitter's board has no choice but to reject Elon Musk's offer. Elon Musk offered so much more money than that company was worth. Let's see what this compromised establishment guy has to say to us.
And final means no negotiation. Well, Brett Taylor represents the shareholders. He can't do that. You can't just say, hey, you know what, we'll take it. You can't. That's not fair to the shareholders. And I think we keep in all the coverage this morning, I've not heard about the shareholders needing protection from Elon. He can't steal the company. Even if he thinks he has a better idea, that doesn't get him.
Notice this there, Jim Cramer. See, this is what the establishment are in total meltdown mode, because I think most of the people here in this watching this video will agree that everything in our society is manipulated and driven through Twitter, right? Not just news, but financial markets, the world of entertainment, a new movie, a new TV show, a new fashion trend, sports, whatever it is. And what you're seeing from the establishment, they think they're the masters of the universe. They control our lives. They control our country. They control everything. They're using every little weapon in their arsenal to try to stop Elon Musk from bringing free speech to Twitter. And they bring on someone who's compromised, like I told you back in the Obama days, Jim Cramer, to give you some expert Wall Street analysis of why Twitter rejecting Elon Musk, offering to pay more money than the company's worth. They got to reject it. They got to reject it. And this is why. And it's credible. And I got all these reasons. And I'm Jim Cramer.
To be able to take the company. So I've left out I'd like to ask David, because I think this is really important. David, there's a fiduciary duty of the board, and they cannot abdicate just because they got a best and final deal. This is not a piece of real. He's not buying a house here.
No.
Jim, I think you're right on the key question that's
look at
come
this
up
guy.
any
He's in
number
total
of times already in the calls that I've had this morning.
Freak out mode,
best
this guy.
And final. The use of that term, which we rarely, if ever, see, certainly in an unsolicited bid of this nature and the initial unsolicited bid. You use this term in the UK and you're stuck with it. That's it. Here, of course, given it's Musk in particular, there is a level of unpredictability that we all know is quite high. But nonetheless, the use of that term best and final, and to your point, this board, which, by the way, I can tell you is going to be having an initial meeting at 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah. This was
from what I
yesterday.
understand, is going to
You could just tell by their body language that they are just in a complete and utter panic over this. I love it. And they're using all these compromised so-called experts and everything else to tell you it just can't be done. Just can't be done what Elon Musk is doing. It's wrong. This is amazing. This is amazing. And, for all of those mainstream corporate media people and all those leftists who continue to say that MAGA doesn't like immigrants, we're racist, they ignore the fact that Melania, our supermodel first lady, is an immigrant. Everybody loves her, speaks 5 languages and everything. They want to keep this narrative that we hate immigrants. Here we are being saved by Elon Musk, an immigrant to the United States, a naturalized U.S. citizen. We don't hate immigrants. We love immigrants that do it legally, right? Oh, my goodness. That's like saying there's a millionaire, right? When they say we hate immigrants. No, we don't support illegal immigration. People that do it legally, we support, There's probably people in this chat that are legal immigrants. It's like saying, okay, someone's a millionaire, but they're a millionaire because they robbed a bank of $10 million, and you don't like them. And you say, well, I don't like that guy. Oh, you don't like millionaires. No, I don't like bank robbers. You understand what I mean? It's that kind of thing. But don't believe anything. Elon Musk, don't believe anything these leftist and corporate media people tell us. They're about to lose their grip on power over us, and they are freaking out. They're freaking out. By the way, I put a link to my Facebook group. I pinned it to the top of the chat. Follow that Facebook group. We post a lot of content up there. My wife's very active in it as well. So the Brian Craig Show podcast Facebook group is pinned right up there at the top of the chat. This Elon Musk issue, it's just like Trump in 2015. The media, the corporate elites, the power brokers are about to lose their control over something, and they just can't handle it. They just can't handle it. And I like how President Trump came out yesterday and said, I don't want to be on Twitter. And I see people are saying, oh, look, Trump doesn't even want to be there. They're trying to tell us, have any of these people followed Trump at all? Of course he said he doesn't want to be back on Twitter. He's keeping himself out of it. No big, I don't want that. I don't want that. It's like when you go and buy a car. You want the car, and you're making a deal, and they won't make the deal with you, so you walk out. You get in your car, and hopefully, if you're lucky, they'll come out, try to pull you out of the car and make a deal. If not, you drive off. And then the salesman calls you tomorrow and say, hey, you still interested in that car? Not at the deal you were offering, man, and then you get the deal you want. That's what Trump is doing. Read The Art of the Deal, all right? It's on Kindle. They just don't understand President Trump. And you know what? They never will. But we understand him, don't we? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, did any of you guys catch Libs of Tok on Tucker Carlson? Libs of Tok, I've been following Libs of Tok for a while, however long it's been around. And Libs of Tok is amazing. And before I'll play this interview, Libs of Tok is for those that are not familiar, Libs of Tok is a Twitter account. Just look it up on Twitter, Libs of Tok. And it's a conservative female who sounds to me to be young, but she doesn't show her face for good reason. She's very smart because they'll target her. She's keeping herself anonymous, even though she went on the #1 highest-rated show in the history of cable this week, Tucker Carlson. She's keeping herself anonymous. And what Libs of Tok, what they're all about, is she follows people on TikTok, liberals, who are out there saying wackadoodle things. And a lot of them are school teachers in their classrooms talking about how they manipulate kids, not just over this transgendered stuff, but over critical race theory and try to turn their classrooms into America hate indoctrination zones and all this stuff. And they put it right out there on TikTok. And this woman who is behind the Libs of Tok, she's kept herself anonymous. I've seen her on this interview I'm going to share with you from Tucker this week. I saw her on Eric Bolling. She keeps herself anonymous. And believe me, the left are desperately trying to find out who she is. And this is so interesting. When I pull this up, because this is amazing. Okay, now before I get to that, because the reason I pulled this up was to show you this, but Libs of TikTok says the left is triggered by seeing their own opinions publicized. And whoever this woman is behind Libs of TikTok, that is, to me, one of the most brilliant sentences I have ever heard to describe the left. I mean, that's like something Ronald Reagan would say if he were around now and was up to speed on the internet. The left is triggered by seeing their own opinions publicized. And look at this. They put this on the browser. This is the interview with Libs of TikTok on Tucker. The following media includes potentially sensitive content. Viewing liberals exposing themselves is considered sensitive content. I'll see if it'll even play on this browser. I don't know. I'll try. If it will, I'll play it for you. But this is a very interesting comment. Libs of TikTok. The left is triggered by seeing their own opinions publicized. See, these things on TikTok that, and I've played some of this on my podcast, on the radio, here on my weekend streams. You've seen some of it. Remember, I had a video I played about a month ago on one of my weekend streams here on a Saturday or a Sunday morning that showed a father who was upset that his son had learned the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States. Remember that? I mean, that came from Libs of TikTok. And this content is not meant for public consumption. It is only meant for liberals to distribute amongst themselves. And I remember back during the Elian Gonzalez issue here in Miami. Remember this? Oh, man. Janet Reno, Bill Clinton were sitting. This Elian Gonzalez, his mother escaped Cuba, died on the boat over here. Elian survived, was found on a piece of little raft or life preserver out in the ocean by a fisherman named Donato Del Rimple, and came to Miami and was with his family here. His mother died to bring him to the freedom of the United States, and the Clinton regime was obsessed with the liberal mainstream corporate media to send him back to Castro's Cuban gulag. And, Castro and Cuban freedom is a big deal here in Miami. And Steve Kane and I, we went down to the house where Elian Gonzalez and his family were at, and all the national politicians were there, the national media were there, and there was one of the leading Cuban politicians at the time. He I can't remember his name offhand, but he was at one time the mayor of Miami. And he was yelling at some people, don't say things in Spanish that you would not say in English. And what he was talking about is, I don't speak Spanish, but Cuban activists here in Miami were on Spanish language Cuban radio shows in the area saying very radical things about Cuba and Castro and everything else. And because the Elian Gonzalez issue was such a big deal, the English-speaking media, CNN, was monitoring Spanish Cuban radio stations and translating it for their viewers. So he said, don't say things in Spanish you wouldn't say in English. And I have a rule of thumb, whenever I'm around a microphone in my studio here or at the radio station studio, I never say anything that I wouldn't say on the air when you're around a microphone. Well, Libs of TikTok is exposing these liberals with their own material. In fact, Libs of TikTok doesn't really even editorialize or give opinions, just puts the videos out there that these liberals are making. So the left is triggered by seeing their own opinion, and Libs of TikTok eventually will disappear from Twitter, unless Elon Musk buys it soon, because they did get a 12-hour block earlier this week. Mike Smith says the CNN is the CIA. That is, in fact, true. Anderson Cooper, who is a Vanderbilt, his mother is Gloria Vanderbilt, who was once in a relationship with Howard Hughes. When he was in college, Anderson Cooper was an intern for 2 summers at the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, exactly. And actually, Anderson Cooper. First time I heard of Anderson Cooper, I didn't know who his family was. You guys remember when reality TV shows were a big thing, after Survivor? He had a reality TV show called The Mole. Do you remember this show, The Mole? And I saw him interviewed by Regis Philbin. I used to love, The Mole was very good with Anderson Cooper, actually. And I saw Anderson Cooper interviewed by Regis Philbin, and he started out in journalism, backpacking across the world, covering stories on his own as a stringer reporter. Sounds like he was doing CIA work to me, but he did intern 2 summers at the CIA headquarters while in college, Anderson Cooper. Who interns at the CIA? That's right, CIA. And Dana Bash, she was married. She's divorced from John King from CNN, but she has another ex-husband whose last name is Bash, and he was a senior guy at the CIA, the woman she gets, the man she got her Bash name from. But anyway, so yeah, CNN is the CIA. Okay, so anyway, let's see if they'll let me play this. And the following media includes potentially sensitive content. This is Tucker Carlson's interview of the Libs of Tok person. So I'm not even sure if it will play. Let's see. Yes, it will. Okay.
Last night, Twitter suspended.
Yes, okay. It will play. All right, this is pretty awesome. Let's watch it.
Last night, Twitter suspended a very popular account called Libs of Tok. Now, Libs of Tok is essentially an account that finds video of liberals talking about themselves and their own beliefs and posts it.
I remember when people made a big deal about Tyson getting the face tattoo. That's nothing. That's like not even having a tattoo compared to this.
It was, of course, targeted because once you see what these people are saying, they discredit themselves and horrify normal people. Here's some of the footage Libs of Tok has unearthed.
I want to talk to the kids. Sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl. Sometimes we're something else. Sometimes we're both. Sometimes we kind of float in between.
Mostly I feel feminine or non-binary. Today I'm feeling really femme and cat-like as well.
Cat-like?
I shouldn't have to hide or lie or be embarrassed about a natural function my body does. So all that to say, I am on my period. You heard me. Having
It's a guy. What?
a period for the first time in 6 years.
Oh, no, this is a biological woman who's a man now. Okay.
Not just any period, the period from hell.
I identify as a threat, a nightmare, and a goddess, so please bow down to me. I do not believe in God, I don't worship the devil, but yes, I am a Satanist, which means I am my own God and I worship myself.
Whoa. Oh, man, those are some... I identify as Rush Limbaugh. I am the most popular, most influential radio talk show host ever. Can I do that? That's who I relate as.
So for the crime of letting liberals talk about themselves and showing people what they actually think, Media Matters did a hit piece on Libs of Tok, described it as hate, and Twitter dutifully pulled it off the platform. That's exactly how that system works. So the creator of Libs of Tok remains anonymous. Why? Because we live in a country where you can't even say what you think without threats of violence against you if you're not on the left. But we are happy to talk to that person.
Now, this is why I'm playing this, too. This is the woman behind Libs of Tok, all right? So this is, Tucker had her on, so that's why I wanted you to hear this.
Over the phone, which we are doing now. The creator of Libs of Tok joins us.
Now, notice how she keeps her identity secret, because if she were known, they would be out to destroy her and her family. And I promise you, top-level Democrats are out there trying to find out who this brilliant woman is.
On the line. Don't know your name. Glad you're on. So you were pulled off Twitter after you were attacked by Media Matters for disseminating hate. Were you surprised by this?
Exactly. No, I was not surprised at all. It definitely felt like a very organized attack that allowed to get me suspended.
So how big, and this is not the first platform from which you've been suspended for holding up liberals in their own voice to the rest of the country. Where else have you been kicked off?
I have been kicked off of TikTok, and I've gotten multiple violations on Instagram.
It's just remarkable to me in a country like ours that you feel the need to remain anonymous. Tell us why you're not giving us your name tonight.
Well, I've gotten a few death threats. I get a ton of hate mail, and the left has been showing recently, you know, how they would treat people who disagreed with them. It's funny because some of the death threats, I mean, I've reported it, and the people, they still have their accounts on Twitter. So, you know, you can threaten violence and still keep your account, but you can't play a video of what a leftist is themselves saying.
Right. So your opinions are violence. Their violence are protected speech. You see how that works. Thank you so much for your bravery. And again, I just can't overstate, you're not even giving your opinions necessarily, you're just holding up their opinions for the country to see and for revealing them in their natural habitat. You're on the run. Creator of Libs of Tok, whatever your name is, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, could you imagine what would happen if Libs of Tok were identified? Think about it. What would happen? You know, it's like Joe the Plumber. Remember Joe the Plumber? He just asked a question of Obama. Obama quoted from Mao's Little Red Book. And the media went out and got Joe the Plumber's sealed divorce records, released them to the media, which is a crime, right? This person here, this woman, you know, see, whoever this woman is, she sounds young to me. She's in her 20s, no older than 30s would be my guess. You know, and they are in a panic. Eventually, Libs of Tok is going to be banned from Twitter unless Elon picks it up, right, quickly. And what they're going to end up doing with Libs of Tok is turning Libs of Tok into a martyr and will become one of the most important voices. But, you know, this Libs of Tok ban that went on for this 12 hours this week, which is how they do it, 12 hours, 24 a week, then that'll be it, you know. This is the problem the liberals have. The liberals, anything they hear that doesn't agree with them or their narrative, they immediately define as hate speech. Hate speech cannot be allowed. It's what Elon Musk said. You know, free speech is being able to have someone you disagree with voice their opinion that you don't like, that makes you uncomfortable, and support that. You know, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. You know, I mean, you know, you don't need the First Amendment to protect popular speech. You need the First Amendment to protect unpopular speech, right? And that's the way it is. I mean, you know, but they can't handle it. They can't handle it. And, you know, and the reason they can't handle differing opinions is a pretty simple one. It's because they have no arguments to defend their positions. You know, the liberal positions, not just the positions of today. You can go back in time 100 years. Whatever the liberal position is of that particular day, they can never defend it. You know, debating liberals is not that difficult, right? And it's because they never have an argument to defend whatever their position is. Not just today. I know people say, well, things are crazy today. The liberals are always crazy. You could go back to the 1930s, you know, when Roosevelt's running around trying to bring communism, you know, to our society with the New Deal and everything. Whatever period the liberals are in, their positions are always positions that cannot be defended. So what do? They declare anything that disagrees with their opinions hate speech because they can't debate people who disagree with them, and then boom, disappear it from whatever platform that it may be on. And this is what they've always done, and you know what? It's what they always will do. Now, of course, I want to tell you guys about the Thomas Edison of sleep, Mike Lindell, where you'll just get huge savings at MyPillow.com with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And if you want to support all the content I bring, which is quite a bit, my YouTube channel here, my podcast with my wife Kathy, the Steve Kane Radio Show, everything I do, going to MyPillow.com and buying something with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, is a great way to support all of my content, everything that I do, the Steve Kane Show, this, my podcast, everything else I do. And you're also at the same time supporting one of the strongest, most vocal corporate MAGA supporters there is. That's Mike Lindell. And when you go to MyPillow.com, you'll see this offer to save $10 off the savings you'll save with my promo code Kane at checkout. And Mother's Day is coming up. It's next month. Get mom something for her day here at MyPillow.com. There's so many great things. The MyPillow 2-inch mattress topper, 50% off. 50% off the MyPillow 2-inch mattress topper. That's it. Now, the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper is 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows with it. The MyPillows themselves, the lowest price ever, just $19.98 with the promo code Kane at checkout. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, 60% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. I have these sheets. I have all these products. The 6-piece MyPillow towel set, regular price $109.99. With our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, just $39.99. In fact, my wife ordered some new towels just this week. These all make great gifts for mom on her day. And ask yourself this. All the Mother's Day gifts that you've given your mom or your wife, if you have kids, what did you give them in the past? Do you even remember? If you remember anything you gave your wife for Mother's Day or your mother or your grandmother for Mother's Day over your entire lifetime, out of all those gifts, what do they still have? Probably nothing, right? Right. Yeah, that's right. And these are gifts that will last for years and years and years, and mom will cherish them for years to come. The MyPillow My Slippers come in multiple styles and colors. More than just these they're showing here, 50% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. The MyPillow bathrobe, my wife and I both have MyPillow bathrobes, 30% off with the promo code Kane at checkout. Click on the radio listener specials, and you'll see even more deals here. Here's more of the style. These are the slippers that I have. Brand new product, the Bible Story Collection throw blankets, 30% off with the promo code Kane. And these are just amazing, and they have beautiful artwork on them, all telling different stories from the Bible. So go to MyPillow.com, use my promo code Kane at checkout for amazing savings, and support all the content that I'm bringing to you. And I would really, really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, the MyPillow pet beds are spectacular. My dog, my cat, both love them very much so. Yeah, and your pets will too. And Mom, her pets will love them too. I promise you. You'll never find a dog or a cat that does not love the MyPillow pet bed. In fact, it has that same patent, the MyPillows. It's promo code Kane, Kane, at MyPillow.com. Yes, yes, yes. I tell you, gotta mute this for a second. I want to play something for you. Some more Elon Musk. Elon Musk is just what he has done this week has turned the liberals' world upside down, and they just can't handle it. Not only can they not handle it, they're not going to allow this to. They're not going to allow this to continue. Okay, they're going to do everything they can. They're going to pull everything they can out of the woodwork to stop this. They're going to tell you. They're going to tell you that it can't be allowed. It's not right. One man having too much power. It's a monopoly. I've even heard some of them say Twitter is not even that important. That's one of their new things. Oh no, it's not even important. There's other things that are bigger than